Currently, the Savannah biome in Minecraft is pretty boring. I'm not going to sugarcoat that. There's not much to do there unless you really like acacia wood. Because other than that, it's just a wasteland. With nothing. Literally nothing. Now, in my last couple of videos talking about features that I'd like to see being added in Minecraft 1.20, I've talked about adding like elephants and gazelles and all these other savannah mobs. Well, really only them, but you know, I have more ideas. So I thought that it's about time that I make a video about what I think should be added to the Well, I think it's about time for me to make a video talking about what I think should be added in a Savannah update and why we need a Savannah update. Because I just simply don't think that it's wild enough. And I mean, it's a pretty wild biome. It should be. I mean, that's what we thought the wild update was going to be for, you know, making biomes more wild and also adding a bunch of cool stuff. But, yeah, it wasn't. Anyway, let's get into this. So first, I think it would be a good idea to talk about why I think a Savannah update is a good idea and really should be considered, because I think that the Savannah biome has pretty much just as much potential as the jungle does. Well, maybe a little bit less, but, you know, I think the Savannah is worthy of some new additions. Like, you know how the jungle added pandas and bamboo and all that? I think that we need something like that to be added to the Savannah. Anyway, let's get into my ideas for what could be added to the Savannah in a hypothetical Savannah update. And, you know, just some ideas. I think I just said that already, you know. Okay, let's get into it. Anyhow, I just like updated my OBS. I like could record this video and like it didn't work, so I had to downgrade, which was rather annoying, but also very off topic. I really, you know, let's move on to talking about hippos. Now, one may ask, Max, why do you think that hippos would be a worthwhile addition to Minecraft? And I mean, it's a very simple answer in my eyes. You can probably just, you know, recolor the already existing mob in Minecraft, the polar bear. Let me demonstrate this for you. Go and hop down here, you grab the polar bear, and now what you do is you go over to color overlay. You don't want to color it completely though. And then let's say you want it to be a nice gray, like a hippo. And boom. You shove that in the water. I would say that there is a decent chance that someone might think that's a hippopotamus. Okay, maybe I was lying. I'll admit that does not look like a hippo in the slightest. But I still think that we should add hippos because, you know, it'd be cool. You don't even have to make them like really aggressive like they are in real life. You know, you can make it more like the polar bear. I'm kind of bringing on similarities here, you know what I mean? But I genuinely think that, you know, the polar bear could be like a good model for how the hippo is done. Because I see them like, I don't know, they're not the same thing obviously. They're quite different, but, you know, just the execution I feel like could be similar. Now we're on to the next thing that we're talking about, which is another animal. And, you know, it's kind of got a really long neck, you know? We're talking about the ostrich. Yeah. But that was out of left field, kind of. Now, one might say, Max, why do you think that we should add ostriches to Minecraft? That seems a little bit odd, because there's so much more, like, reputable savannah mobs out there that we could be adding to Minecraft, like the, you know, the past mentioned giraffe. And you know what? It's a long story. Well, not really. It isn't really a long story, but it is a story, and so, you know, I'm gonna get into it. I was watching this YouTube video, right, of this guy playing modded Minecraft, and he rode an ostrich. And I'm like, that's sick. And, you know, we can't really ride that much stuff in Minecraft. I can actually count what we can ride on one hand, I think. So first off, we got pigs. I remember when this was actually, like, more widespread than it is now, I guess you could say. Horses, mules, donkeys, and llamas. And there is a chance that I missed something here because I'm a bit of an idiot, but... I mean, technically you could say boats and minecarts, but those aren't animals, so I'm not going to count them here. However, I will say, nobody likes mules and donkeys. So we can even, if we remove those, there's even more of an incentive to, like, you know, ride ostriches. Also, imagine you're on a server, right, and you pull up to your man's house, right, and his house is made out of wood planks with a green top. And you pull up there on an ostrich, and he's like, wait, how did you do that? And you're like, oh, I just, you know, smarter. That is such a flex. You can't even say that I'm wrong here. I mean, you can, but like, yeah.
What am I doing with my life?
So, I mean, if you talk about one long-necked animal, I think we should talk about the other, the more reputable one, the one that everyone knows, the one that's on the cover of math handbooks in kindergarten, the giraffe. Now, in the current state of a savannah, I do not think that they will be able to support giraffes because the trees are pretty short, and, you know, we gotta make them trees a little bit taller, because then if you make the trees taller, it just all becomes nice for the giraffes, because, you know, they eat leaves, and if you had giraffes eating leaves in Minecraft, that would be sick. That would be fire. Also, you know, for the if you give some giraffes some apples, you know, you can ride them, because that would be sick. I mean, imagine riding a giraffe. It'd be like a whole new perspective on reality. I mean, we do need more wacky riding options. I mean, ostriches, I mean, that would be kind of wacky, but, like, you know, currently we just have pigs. You might say llamas, but the fact is you can't really ride a llama because you can't control it in the slightest, and because it sucks. and no one likes them. Like, seriously, they suck. Let's get a hashtag remove a llama trending, because I'm not gonna let this weird ass rabbit thing like spit on me or something. Just got a haircut, you know, pretty nice. Anyway, I have 2 more things to address here. First off, now, I should say, I don't want to add lions to Minecraft. And now, this might come as a shocker to some people, considering that lions, I think they're the most famous animal that's ever came out of a savannah. But I just do not think that having a, like, harshly hostile lion hanging around in the savannah is a good idea. Or, like, just in general, it sounds like a good feature to me. It just doesn't really, like, you know, not a good idea. I also probably should address, like, you know, the prior savannah mobs that I talked about in, like, previous videos, which were the gazelle and the elephant. And I'm just gonna go and, like, shortly go over why I think they should be added to Minecraft. So, elephant, because elephants are cool. Yeah, that's pretty simple, actually, but, and, you know, the gazelle, because, you know, maybe we could, like, turn the gazelles into, like, juice. I'm trying to remember, like, what I said about gazelles, but it was something around, like, them being really fast, so, yeah. Anyway, I'm afraid that's the end of the video, and if you enjoyed it, then I'd really appreciate it if you liked and subscribed, as it really does help out our channel. And, you know, we're trying to get the 400 subscribers, which, I mean, pretty mental number, obviously. Also, I have a Discord server you can join. It's pretty cool, what can I say? And my Twitter is @thatmaxiboyle7, and I memorized that now. Also, I just want to go and really thank you guys for the support on, like, my last video, because it's got like 1,000 views. It's insane. Just thanks a lot.